I made some little like fingerling potatoes last night. I'm talking salt, I'm talking pepper, I'm talking cayenne, I'm talking paprika, I'm talking garlic powder, I'm talking olive oil. That's perfect. That is perfect. A new staple carb for my for this bulking phase. But morning weight 257, and I've really only been eating basically as much as I'm hungry for, you know. But I think nearing about a month in, this is well, I mean, we're just about at 4 weeks into bulking up. Now I'm really going to kind of up it, so I'm going to take these calories up a notch. So on average, I've been doing about 4,000 per day, but now it's my cue to ramp that up to 4,500. Now it's my cue to ramp these calories up to 4,500. So in terms of the exact macros, I'm not totally certain. Protein 250. You know, actually, fuck. I should probably up that just a touch. Maybe do get that closer to 270. Usually, I'd say about a gram of protein for however many pounds you weigh is a pretty good gauge. But I mean, don't freak. Don't freak out if like you're a 180-pound dude and one day you had 150 grams. Guess what? I mean, you're not gonna suddenly shrink. But I would say about a gram for every pound is about right. And there's a little bit of a caveat there. It's for every lean pound. You know, if somebody was 400 pounds, like 50% body weight, they would not need 400 grams of protein. It's however many pounds you weigh. If you were to pretty much guess what weight you would be when you're decently lean. So I'm not too soft yet, so I would pretty much just correlate that directly with my weight. But about 270 of protein, I'm going to change that. Because earlier I was fucking, I mean, at the beginning of this bulking phase, I was 240, so nearly 20 pounds up. Not all muscle, of course, a lot of just intramuscular carbs and water, but still. So 270 protein, about 120, 130 of fats or so, you know, because you need some floating around. I mean, those seriously are the core building blocks of a lot of your hormones and all sorts of other fancy pants stuff going on inside you. I would never say try to do a zero fat diet. I mean, that's just silly. And then the rest will just fucking be as many carbs as necessary to get up to that 4,500. I think. Let me try to do the math. So the protein would be 1,000. So that adds up to like 500 grams of or about 500 grams of carbs or so. I think 550 maybe, something along those lines. Which, if you're eating, I mean, I've kind of been a little bit sporadic, but for the most part, I've been doing about like 5-ish meals per day. So that adds up. You know, 100 grams of carbs, it's not that crazy in one meal. You know, I mean, that's like just 5 packs of the instant oatmeal I had for breakfast. Boom, that's 100 grams right there, and it just disappeared like nothing. That's I don't know how many ounces of the potatoes, but the nutrition label's right there in the back. I could read that, weigh it out. I'd know what I was doing. You know, same shit. So I think if you it is a chore. I'm well aware it is a chore to really start tracking your macros. But if you can get into it, dude, let's just say the gains train will continue pumping at a higher rate of fucking speed. I guarantee it. But yeah, that's the only bulking update. 257 morning weight, and then now I'm gonna pretty much go from the 4,000 calories I've been doing to 4,500. Barely, actually, not even barely. Not very many treats either. I'm trying to backing off on the treats. You know, I gotta get some serious weight on here, and I'm not particularly convinced that just slamming a crazy amount of chocolate milk is gonna let that happen. Not that there aren't calories in there, but it's just it just stresses out my system in a way where it's just not good for a long-term bulk. So if you're curious, and I sometimes I get this question, I kind of shot myself in the foot there. I do not drink a gallon of chocolate milk a day, nor have I ever. Right? But you know, a quart, a quart, that has been done. That has been done. You know, but that all it. I don't know what my average intake was, but don't worry. That's yeah, that is not a fucking daily ritual by any means. So plan for tonight's lift: arms, tries, buys. I might throw a touch of forearms in, just kind of, I don't know, I'll decide at the end. But push downs and curls, you really can't beat it. Well, yeah, you kind of can. I need, if anybody has any good overhead movements that they like doing that they could perhaps, that you could perhaps kind of recommend to me, I am all ears. I do scan all the fucking comments, don't worry. Because it's I'm not a huge, not even not a huge, I do not like doing like overhead rope extensions. Like, you know, where someone's on the cable stack, they grab the fucking rope kind of like hip level and they swing their body around. They're going, I don't, that does not work for me at all. Do not care for that. One of my friends, John, the world's greatest spotter, he said that he really likes doing overhead single arm cable extensions where you just hold on to like the nub of the cable. Maybe I don't know, I might not try to do anything too new. I've only got like an hour once I actually get in there. New legislation needs to be made. Gyms need to be fucking open 24-hour and become part of the what's the word? They need to be government funded nationwide, right? I'm not talking Chinese social credit score, but you know, who wouldn't go to the gym and break a sweat, get their little workout receipt? I could see something like that. You know, I'm no uh, I'm no Arnold Schwarzenegger, but if I ever get into political office, don't worry. That's my number one move, right? Make America freaking fit again. But yeah, push downs. I love the machine dip at this gym. I do like that a lot. And then curls are just curls, man. You know, I wouldn't overthink the bicep side of things, or at least I don't. I don't necessarily think you have to. Now, that's not to say I don't care what I'm doing, but I really change up the bicep side of things pretty frequently because you can do all sorts of different bicep workouts, you know? I mean, I've had lifts where it's just alternating dumbbell curls off the rack, like just curl, 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 literally fucking 8 sets straight of that. No drop sets, no supersets, no nothing. And it was a badass fucking bicep day. Fully pumped, really fucking fatigued, and I can just tell I did a lot of like progressive work. And then other times I've done bicep days where I did like 6 different movements. Like I did 1 set of these and then 1 set of those and 1 set of this and what at the end of the lift, as long as whatever targeted muscle you were working is pumped and fatigued in a way which you know is like conducive to a good lift, which as a beginner is a little bit trickier because that's not so cut and dry, but then it might be a little bit easier to just say like, did you go as hard as you can? Are you pumped? Odds are, dude, you just had a badass lift, you know? So let's not dilly dally too long. Yeah. I think I'm gonna do all triceps and then all biceps. But that could change. That could freaking change. Let's find out. Instead of trying to fucking jerry rig 2 extra plates onto the cable stacks over there, I think starting with a reasonably light set of rope extensions would be a good starter. And then this will also kind of act as a fucking primer. You know, in the same way that I do leg extensions before like heavy squats on quad days, I've kind of noticed the same thing with my fucking triceps. Where if I start with something lighter squeezing, then my elbows feel way, I mean, not way better, but they just feel good when I move on to something heavier later on down the lift. I mean, to the point where, like, I think my last arm day, I started with, I don't remember what I started with, but I remember I like finished with like a really heavy set of fucking push downs. And my elbows were like butter, man. Not that they're like too tender for me, but if they feel good, I know I'm doing something right. Yeah, a little heavier. But this really is squeeze focused. Yeah. Okay. Wow. Yeah. A few more just like that. Oh, fuck. Okay. I think one more. And then, I don't know. I guess we'll find out. Okay. Fuck. Okay. Let's do some machine dips next. Machine dip is taken, so I'll do one more set here before going over there. Kind of some crossbody fucking like slashes. You know, channel some two sword style Zoro here. But same thing, still a light squeezing set. The dips will be heavier. The fuck? Oh my god, fuck. Okay. Woo. There we go. Now let's do some dips. And I've really been liking some lighter squeezing shit. You know, typically, I'm more of a heavy, nasty kind of guy, at least historically. But, dude, these sets are fucking brutal. What I really should have done was had somebody spot me on those first sets of ropes for some assisted reps, and then those would have been completely perfect. They were good, but that would have made them a little better. But let's do some dips. Different machine and much different weight. But honestly, this set is going to look exactly the same as the ones that I just did. When I'm nice and strong for the first few reps, because even though this is the stack, this is a manageable weight. I'm going to really hold, squeeze, come back down. And I mean, like hold it for a second, you know? And then once I get weak enough where I can't really hold it, at least not like substantially, then I'll start kind of just busting out reps, building up fatigue until I can't really do more than like a couple inches of range of motion. And one tip, at least that works for me, is I feel like when I'm on this dip machine, for me to hold these handles like this, I feel my chest so much. So what I end up doing is kind of like turning my hands inward like this so I can push out. You know, it's almost like I'm trying to fucking, it's like a Mortal Kombat finisher, right? You're grabbing somebody's jaws and you fucking, that's what I'm going for. Yeah. Okay. Okay. One more. Woo. Fuck. Let's bust some tricep after the set. Woo. A little bit of a pump teaser. All right. Okay. Let's go back to some kind of push down. Fuck. Okay, so I have a plan for the finisher, and it involves a 2-portion set, right? The pre-exhaust portion and the burnout portion. Not that that's like well-used literature, but you get the gist. So I'm going to start with rope extensions. And if you've ever been to Planet Fitness, you should know the pull down that has like the 2 different pulleys. You can just attach like something for a fucking push down and it feels the same, you know, because this has that sort of pulley system, whatever. So I'm going to start with a tricep pre-exhaustion with the rope. I'm talking lightweight, really just hold, squeeze, I don't know, 10, 15 reps. Doesn't even have to be to failure, just until I can tell my triceps have taken some damage. Rack it, immediately jump over here to the straight bar, or the easy curl bar, and then finish here. And after this combination, let's just say triceps, they're gonna think twice before talking smack, before talking back to me. So let me just pair this set with a nasty song and move on to biceps. Okay. Okay. Fuck. Let's grab some dumbbells. No mercy for the 55s. I mean the 60s.
Okay. I'm not done. A few more. Just gotta make it a rest pause. Okay. Let's run it back. Okay. Not done yet. Come on. Oh yeah. Okay. Let's move on to something else, goddammit. Those were good. All right. Not baby weight. This is a reasonable amount, but this will be a bit more similar to some of those tricep sets. You know, those sets of dumbbell curls, pretty controlled though. I was really trying to get a good squeeze on the top, but this will be even more emphasized because with those dumbbell curls, as I did the curl and I hit the top of it, I did not just immediately let it drop. I did have a little bit of like an intentional extra squeeze, but I didn't really hold it. So on this machine, with these kind of lighter preachers, I am going to kind of have a pause, at least for the first couple when I'm strong. And then, being that I'm only using one arm at a time, as I get closer to failure, I can use my other fucking hand to give myself some assistance and get some extra fucking intense self-assisted sets. Or reps, rather. But let's get this shit. Weak side first, with my right bicep. One more notch of weight. Yeah. 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 Fuck. Holy fuck. Yeah. Oh, one more. Whew. Thanks. Almost close in time. Fuck. Fuck. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Fuck. Whew. Okay. Let's move on to something else. Oh, not sure what though, but honestly, I don't need that much more fucking volume. My buys are already totally cooked. Yeah. 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 Fuck. Oh. Woo. We're done. We're freaking done. Let's pose down. Let's freaking roll. All right. Arms have been completed fucking successfully. Highly fucking successfully. Move this guy forward just a touch. Let's see, is this, that should be about right. ISO down to 400. Is my ass in focus? And let's zoom in a bit more. Can never spend too long getting the angle just right. But arms are fully fucking pumped. I'm not gonna grab the tape measure, but I can guarantee they're fucking 20 inches right now. That's what they were the last, at the peak of the last pump on the last arm day. What I really need to do is get big enough where at the end of this fucking bulking phase, they're 20 inches cold in the morning with no pump. That is a real milestone. 20-inch arms cold, that's, let's just say you're a certified citizen of Freak Nation. But let's run through a couple classics and get in the car and go home and eat. I'm fucking hungry. This stringer fit me a little better when I was more like a 200-pounder. But what are you gonna do? Now that's fucking diabolical. Holy shit. Oh. Take a step forward. Oh. Oh my god, dude. Arms. Well, do I have to say it? Of course they're fucking pumped. Every time I do yeah, every time I do the Arnold pose, I get my legs the wrong way. There we go. Let's see if this is a good one. Oh. Holy crap, dude. So, I think that speaks for itself. And I really do fucking stand behind the idea that adding some intensifiers to your sets, especially, well, ideally you'd have somebody help you with some assisted reps, because then you can do both arms at once. But even doing those curls with the self-assistance, dude, I think it cuts down on my necessary volume. Like, I'll do an arm day where I start off with like 4 sets of self-assisted concentration curls, and at the end of those 4, I literally feel like I'm done. And a 4-set lift That's kind of low volume compared to normal. But time to get in the car and go home. Oh shit. Oh shit. They clutched it up. Mike and Chris, the twins, if you were unaware, they did their first bodybuilding show today. And they both won. Bodybuilding and classic. That is fucking badass. That's the way to do it. Oh man. Well, just wait for it. Just wait. There will be a competition. There will be a series of competitions. But I gotta get really fucking... I'm gonna get real fucking nasty first. So that's the whole point of this bulking phase. Really max out my 5'11" and a little bit of change weight cap. Or potentially 6 foot, depending on you know, if you hang your ankles on an inversion table for 20 minutes before you do your height check-in. No, but for real, that's fucking badass. Right. So, on the opposite spectrum of dieting down, I gotta get home and get some fucking grub on. Calorie-wise, I am unsure where that's gonna come from. I've still got another, I think it was a 3-pound pack of tomatoes or potatoes that I made. I'll probably just have the other pound and a half with a steak. Pretty fucking classic there. Yeah, that'll probably be it. Maybe some kind of sweets too, you know. If there's any time to consume sugars in the day of a weight training athlete, not that I really think about fucking athlete per se, but you get what I'm saying. I think it would be post-workout, you know, because after the workout, you have now pretty much depleted some of your muscles' glycogen stores. And not just in the muscles that I just hit, like not just in my biceps and my triceps, kind of all over the place, you know? So what that means is I gotta fucking replenish those. So I will do that by way of, right, refeeding in a sense. You know, it's almost like every day you get depleted during your workout because you immediately spend a lot of your carbs as energy, a lot of your muscular glucose or glycogen, because that's your body's pretty much fucking fastest energy source. You know, so after the workout, I mean, I don't know how much I burned, but definitely a couple of grams of carbs worth. I really couldn't tell you exactly. But so after every workout, your immediate goal should be to fucking get some calories in your system, man. Jumpstart the recovery process. So doing that with kind of a sweet treat, potentially some Ben and Jerry's, potentially some whatever else. After your workout, post-workout insulin spike, just directing all those fucking nutrients into your now damaged fucking muscle fibers to help them recover, I think you're all good. So if there's any time that I would say maybe lean towards a treat, I'd say post-workout would be the time to do it. Because, I mean, when you see somebody like guzzling down fucking, I see this a lot, like dudes eating the fucking, Sour Patch Kids during their workout, like you're trying to carb yourself up during the workout. I'm not particularly convinced that's doing you much good, you know, because I feel like if you're at the point where you're trying to eat carbs during your workout, then you're already just trying to like counteract the fact that you didn't eat enough food beforehand. You know, like for me to eat a big ass bowl of I don't know, just anything, for me to like have it rip a dextro shake pre-workout, or just have any like meaningful amount of carbs immediately before my workout, if not during, that's not going to do me any better. Really, I don't think it would do me too much good compared, this is compared to if I just had eaten good, large, high carb meals, you know, 2 hours and beyond before the workout, right? Because you're trying to play catch up, you know? If you're about to lift and have a solid fucking workout, it would be better to just have all of those fucking carbs and glycogen already in your muscles beforehand, rather than trying to play catch up and, you know, because I don't know if you know this, but having a full stomach, that is not conducive to high and rapid absorption of your pre-workout. You know, I don't know if like it's like, I mean, it's not exactly like this, but it kind of is in a way. You know, if somebody slams like 4 shots on an empty stomach, it's going to hit them much faster than it would if they had a fucking full stomach of food.
you know? So not that I'm saying you should do that, but in the context of your fucking pre-workout and actually getting all those fucking things into your system so you can actually feel your beta-alanine, your citrulline, your caffeines, anhydrous, and, you know, the kind of slow acting ones and everything, then, you know, eating a lot of food is going to be good for your workout, but eating a lot of food directly before, not so much, you know? So, but I've done that. You know, I brought some sweets to the gym with me before. This is kind of years ago at this point. Because in my mind, I'm like, dude, I need fast digesting carbs during my workout. Nah, I was just being silly. That didn't do me any good at all. Plus, you gotta remember, and when I first heard this, I thought it was kind of bullshit, but I'm starting to come around a little. You know, the fact that a lot of guys will say, you know, when guys are like, you should not eat a big meal before your workout, a big explanation for that, or a big reasoning behind why they say that, is because you're now diverting blood away from your targeted muscle, because your fucking stomach is constantly like it. Your digestion is not a passive activity. Like, your stomach is made of fucking muscle. It's fucking squeezing and moving around. So if you have a massive meal, the logic there that they say is that's going to take blood away from your fucking like arms or your chest, and it's going to be used elsewhere. So it's kind of, you know, it seems a little bit unintuitive, but to even digest food takes energy before it actually gives it back, you know? So, something to consider. To the point where, let's say, yeah, man, like, I'd almost, I'm trying to think of it in a scenario when this would even be the case. But if I was like about to work out, but I could tell I was a little bit hungry, I mean, I might slam like a Gatorade or something, like just some kind of like a sugary drink, but I would not want to try to just slam a meal, you know, 'cause it's just gonna, it won't do you any good, you know. So really, what I'm trying to say is, get your meals in at a reasonable time frame throughout the day, such that when you actually go to work out, you're already full of carbs. Now, I guess this is more so directed toward the bulking lifter. If you're dieting down, your primary goal should be hitting your deficit, and then, you know, be a little bit pickier with your carb timing and making sure you at least have, like, I don't know, maybe half, 60% of your carbs for the day before your workout, just so you have something to run off of and not just fumes. But I can tell I'm not I don't end up talking too much about any dieting tips when I'm bulking. I guess I'm probably a little bit close-minded like that, or I usually just end up talking about whatever I'm doing at the current moment. But nearly 1 month in, 10 pounds of water and carbs have been gained, and I'm sure at least maybe a pound or two of muscle so far. You know, it's still a slow process. Even when I'm gaining like this much weight, like even though I'm going from the beginning of this bulk was 240 and the end is to be determined, let's just say it was 270 or 280, even though that's a 40-pound gain, that's not just 40 pounds of muscle, obviously, right? So that's really more like, if it's a really crazy, perfect, proper bulk, it could be maybe 10 or so, 7. I guess 7 easy, but we'll just have to see. We will just have to freaking see. So I'm really gonna make sure I get a good night's rest tonight, because I've got legs tomorrow, and I think I might have to make it a little bit more of a lighter squeezing day, because I can tell, like, just walking around, I can feel my right hamstring is a bit sore still, and not in like a muscularly sore way, but in like a minor pull kind of way. And I know what it's from. It's from doing these. It's from doing that, like that hip press. You know, the one where I slide into the seat, like the weight is like pivoting like that. Because I went crazy fucking heavy on it, and I always, well, not always, but I usually kind of forget just how much hamstring activation I get when I do that machine. So the fact that I had already done hamstrings before may have played a role into it. So tomorrow may be a little bit lighter on the pressing, and I may try to do a little bit more, let's just say, endurance kind of sets. Not fucking cardio endurance style, but like, you know, on the opposite side of the spectrum. One side I've got like, you know, 5, 6 plate squats on the Smith machine for, you know, 10 or 12, whatever. On the opposite side of that spectrum of pressing is maybe more like 2 plates, and that's too late. Like 3 plates for, you know, like 20 or so, maybe 25, and then just really get a fucking, oh, I mean, there's something to be said about like a crazy high rep set of squats. So I think tomorrow I'll end up taking it a little easier on the actual like weight loading side of things, which may make tomorrow's leg day a little bit higher volume because at least for me, sets of legs where they're really heavy and hard, those are the ones which are kind of more taxing. You know, like I can sit on like I mean, I could sit in a leg extension. I don't even know for how long. If I was doing light-ish, like squeezing leg extensions, just because the real damage isn't so crazy. It's more of just like an accrued fatigue of like burn. You know, like I did in the last, not the last, like 2 chest days ago, where instead of doing crazy heavy pressing, it was all like more squeezing stuff, like some squeezing cable presses and some squeezing pec flies, and, you know, some shit like that. But either way, I know that I'm gonna have a nasty leg pump, and you know, I am so fucking spoiled. I am so fucking spoiled right now because walking in front of the mirror this morning, looking at myself at 257, you know, no pants, no nothing. I'm like, man, I could be a bit bigger. Oh my goodness. Well, that's just the name of the game. Not in like a, so I'm not talking body dysmorphic. You know, I never look at myself in the mirror and think, dude, I look like fucking, I'm a piece of shit. You know, I'm not that body dysmorphic, but I'm sure it's definitely getting me. You know, there was oh man, this is really making me feel like I've been lifting for a while, because I remember when I was like, I couldn't wait to be 200 pounds. And now only like 1 month into the bulk, I'm nearly 260. Oof. You know, I tell you what, time fucking flies. And don't worry, dude. The satisfaction that I feel from hitting PRs now, since the you know my primary goal is kind of the bodybuilding side of things. My PRs are pretty much weight PRs, just how much muscle can I put on my frame. But every time I reach a new kind of well, just a new milestone, it's just as fucking satisfying as like when I was a fucking beginner. Like I remember when I first got up to 180, because I started at about 160 or so. I was that would have been sophomore. Yeah, I kind of eased into it the summer after sophomore year in high school, but I was probably actually going to the gym consistently like the beginning of my junior year. So I was I think 16 and a half at the time. But even when I started, I was like 160. I remember getting up to 170, and I was like, dude, fuck yeah, I'm growing. And I remember getting up to 180. I'm like, dude, this is fucking sick. You know, like it's any progress is fucking cool the whole time. You know, because that's kind of how shit works, right? Anybody's baseline state of just satisfaction, you know, depending on like let's see what how am I actually trying to say this here? It's like I can't fucking describe it. It's like how getting a pump, I feel, is just as fucking satisfying for the beginner lifter as it is for the fucking advanced Mr. Olympia. You know, because it's merely a deviation from normal, right? So if I'm walking around normal, like the body size that I'm used to being, and then suddenly I get to look at myself in the mirror and I'm fucking extra big and veiny, I got a few more separations than normal, I get to think, holy shit, I'm fucking huge. Or holy shit, my fucking arms are huge right now. And it's the same thing for the beginner lifter, man, or the intermediate or whatever. So when you really like, that's why I'm not a massive fan of, you know, really comparing myself to anybody specific, because they're a completely different guy than me, and odds are these guys have been doing it for a lot longer than me too. So what am I supposed to do? Oh no, I'm not as big as this guy who's been working out for 15 years. You know, that's crazy talk, right? So the more you can kind of I don't even want to say concerned, but the more that you can kind of like put the blinders on and just be like sensitized to your own progress, the better. Because you hitting a like oh, I mean this sucks, right? It's but it's just the nature of comparison, you know. But if you're a kid, let's say you're a track and field guy doing the hammer throw, and you've been doing it for like 3 years, you're decent. You throw it and you get a new PR, 70 meters. Or no. Is anybody throwing a hammer throw that far? Whatever. You get a new PR. Right? You've literally done something you've never done before, and this is now the best that you've ever done it. That is badass, right? But if a goddamn like Olympic level dude shows up and goes 30 meters past you, I mean, it just kind of sucks there, right? Little little insecurity inducing, but that's where just be more focused with your own shit, right? Stay in your own lane, drive on cruise control, right? Because smooth is fast. Smooth is freaking fast. But now I'm just saying random ass fucking remarks now. So the plan is go home, eat, sleep, repeat. The perfect life of a fucking lifter. So I'll see you tomorrow for legs.